This image was made in 2010, and it's one of my most favorite images that Kelly and I have made together. It was also the first time he and I had ever done a trip together. We were originally introduced by a mutual friend of ours, Steve Sherman, in a parking lot in France a couple years prior. He was actually following Kelly around as he was making his world title, and I had just been hired by Quicksilver to make images for their new campaign. So when I got the call that the first trip I was going to be doing with Kelly, I was really excited. I'd never shot with him before, especially one-on-one. We'd been in the same place before, but never together, just traveling together. So he called and he was like, the waves are going to be really good. We're going tonight. And I was so excited. Packed up all my gear and met him at the airport. We had one pair of trunks. You know, at the time we were just shooting these new pair of board shorts. We flew in, we get in at night, and the next morning we wake up and we're driving down this dirt road. And he's like, I think it's going to be really good. I've already been down here a few times this year, and I think this is going to be the swell. So we take a jet ski out, and he's like, all right, jump in the water. And so I jump in the water, and I was swimming with I believe it was a Canon 1DX and a 70 to 200 millimeter lens in the water, which is a pretty heavy rig. And this wave is a really long point break with quite a bit of current, but I just did my best to swim. And you know, I was shooting Kelly Slater. I wanted to do the best job that I could. And I remember I was so nervous on the drive to the beach that I actually had the guys pull the car over. I threw up, and I was just like, I think I got a little stomach bug, but I was so nervous I didn't want to let him show it. So I said I had a stomach bug, but really I was just very, very nervous. We ended up scoring. This day, Kelly said he got some of the best waves he's ever seen. And this wave in particular, he took off and he did 4 different poses in the barrel. The barrel was so long and so big. At first he took off and did no hands, and then he put his hands wide, and then he put his hands above his head, and then he did this thing where he clasped his hands behind his back. And as I was in the water, I was shooting the whole time. I'm like, okay, make sure it's sharp, make sure it's sharp, make sure it's sharp. He ended up getting this wave and about 3 more hours of waves very similar to it. But I knew we had something special with this wave. And when we got back to the place we were staying, we loaded up on the computer, and I was so excited. We're like, man, I think we have something really special here. And he's like, yeah, what do we do with it? And I was like, I don't know. I've never really shot a photo like this before. But we had a couple more days on the trip, and the place we were at has kind of a high theft area. So I don't know what I was thinking, but I called Kelly. I told Kelly, I'm like, I don't know what to do, but I think we should just like leave because we don't want anything to get taken. And I remember I had 3 hard drives, and I gave him a hard drive, and I had a hard drive, and I gave the filmer a hard drive just in case anything happened. I was like, so insecure about losing these photos. But this photo, when we came back, we brought it to Quicksilver, and it was the headline image to celebrate Kelly's 10th world title. So it was made in 2010, and that was the year he won his 10th title. So it's probably one of my most memorable images, one of the most special images that we've ever made together, and the start of a really great friendship, which is most important.